I love you. Welcome back to the Couch Potatoes. For us, it is Halloween. For you, it's whenever the hell you're listening to this. And I am the Green Traveler from Gorsh.
And I am the Faceless Leone. This is Green and Faceless on the Couch. And welcome.
Woo!
Woohoo!
Yay.
This is Happy Halloween. It is Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
We are
I'm dressed
recording
up like the TARDIS from Doctor Who.
This year I am going as Warmth.
Yeah. I see that.
It's very
comfy,
cold today.
Comfy, cozy.
I am. I wore my sweatpants under my jeans today at work.
Ooh. You know, you look like the smiling, I always call it the smiling dad meme, or the gif, but like, it's not a dad, I don't know what he is, but it's the guy in the woods that like slowly zooms in on, and then he just nods.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Jeremiah Jackson.
Jeremiah Jackson gif,
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Maybe we should watch that movie someday.
Well, happy Halloween. We're here with a lovely director's spotlight, one of our favorite horror movie directors, David Cronenberg.
And while he's an old favorite, this is a brand new segment. We've never done a director's spotlight.
No, we haven't. And what a beautiful, smart, intelligent director to start off with.
Yes, very interesting.
A man who
yes.
Yeah, a very interesting man who established himself in a very particular niche of horror film.
Yes.
The body horror, the gruesome, make you want to vomit horror.
Yeah.
Love it.
You gotta look away, but you can't stop watching.
Yes. You're so grossed out, but at the same time, your body and your mind realize it's all prosthetics.
And that's Cronenberg.
And you enjoy it. You enjoy the fuck out of it.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
So sink into the couch with us.
We've talked a Cronenberg movie in the past, right? Or was he a part of Hellraiser?
No, he was not. He was in Jason X, Friday the 13th X, where Jason goes to space. He is the the scientist at the beginning with the wild hair who gets hilarious. Killed by Jason. Yeah. So we talked about him then when we talked that movie. But we talked Videodrome a long time ago. Yeah.
It was one of our first episodes, our first Halloween special. This is actually only the second Halloween special. But this year we haven't had that many episodes this month, so we wanted to do a special for you guys.
We're playing catch up. We're still playing catch up, probably to the end of the year, but we'll figure it out. We'll be all right. If you want to help us play catch-up, you can go down to patreon.com/greenandfaceless. We'll get that out of the way right now.
We'll appreciate that, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But, Cronenberg, wild-haired freaky man, love him, hate him. Who's to say?
He's a
My
gynecologist
mom like
in The Fly.
yeah, he is. Oh, my goodness. He always got to throw himself into movies, you know it? It's great. But we're going to talk Scanners first. Scanners was the big movie that brought him to big fame, that made David Cronenberg a name, particularly because of one beautiful scene.
Yeah.
But the plot to Scanners, before that beautiful scene happens, is you watch a man who has, it is implied, has mental abilities. He makes a woman... she pours coffee on herself or something. What does she do at the beginning?
She has like an aneurysm or a seizure.
Oh yeah.
Because he is scanning her, but he doesn't know that that's what he's doing. He thought it was something she did to him, but he just knows that he is feeling a connection to people while they're getting hurt, and he also just hears. The way he puts it, I like.
Their thoughts.
Cameron Vale's the character's name, and it's played by Stephen Lack. And he says, well, this is after he gets the ethereal, or whatever it's called, which is a drug that helps suppress the scanner abilities. And once he gets that, he says, I can't hear the voices. And the doctor, Dr. Paul Ruth, played by Patrick McGoohan,
McGoohan.
He says, I don't remember, like, you can't hear or something like that. And he's like, no, the voices that don't have lips or whatever. I just remember really liking the way he put it, but now I can't remember it.
It was something along the lines of how people speak without moving their lips. Like,
right.
It's like hearing the voices without lips moving. Yeah. Like he hears your thoughts. It's right. Weird. It's eerie.
And the way he puts it is like, it makes it feel like his whole life he just thought everybody had two voices. And
right. Yeah. Well, he accidentally causes this poor woman to have a seizure after she calls him creepy to her friends because he's staring at her like a weirdo. And he runs from this incident. He gets chased by some mysterious men, and they shoot him with a tranquilizer.
That's right.
And take him back to a lab. And then we cut from that to our other big scanner head of the movie. Daryl Revok. Daryl Revok, played by Michael Ironside, I think, who is... he is attending he's the one that does the lecture, right? He's attending this big...
Yes, he's attending it.
Display
volunteers.
Yes. Yeah. They're displaying the abilities of scanners, and there's this guy who is, he's up there. He's like, I'm gonna, get a volunteer from the audience, bring you here. We're gonna ask you some questions. I'm gonna try to read your mind, or try to determine where the location of items are in a room and that kind of stuff. Well, his very first volunteer is Daryl Revok, who is, kind of plugged himself into the audience there, planted himself. He comes up, and they have a battle of wits, a battle of the minds,
a battle of
scans. In a very Cronenberg style. And it's such a beautiful scene too, because it's like the music's good. Who does the music again? The music is by Howard Shore. Howard Shore does a lot of beautiful composition, of Lord of the Rings in particular. Really amazing. And like the music really does a great job at this scene, because it's two guys just literally sitting at a desk, just shaking violently and making silly faces.
Yeah. And sometimes when people are getting scanned, it is rather silly. But I thought this particular scene where both people, they both seem to be struggling a little bit, and it's not until a few moments before what happens that you see that the person who is originally giving the lecture is the one who is losing and hurting the most. Yeah,
because you start to see Daryl's face is very much starting to become more confident, and he's like, he's like, this guy thought I was a rube, that I didn't have any abilities, and now I've turned the tables on him.
The scan wrestle. And
burst his freaking head like a watermelon from Gallagher comedy scene.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it exploded.
Crazy.
And it was awesome.
I love that scene. And that's what made Cronenberg famous. Yeah. That's the big scene. That was the one that caught a lot of people's eyes, because the effects are phenomenal. Yeah. Like, it is a great head explosion.
Nearly seamless from the actor to the the exploding prop. Yeah.
You can slow it down frame by frame, as I've done, as many people have done, and see the switch, but it's so good. Well done that it's just good. It looks so good, and the effect, the explosion is so gruesome. And everybody in the audience is immediately just like, oh, fuck. Everybody's just shocked.
Yeah.
That, you have to kind of wonder if some people just weren't even told what to expect. Some of the extras on set, maybe they didn't know what was going to happen. So it may be like a legitimate,
that could have, because Hollywood likes to do that to people.
Right. Oh my God.
That would be awful.
Good stuff.
That'd be.
I didn't read into this, but I would love to know if that's true.
Then again, they had to they had
switch
to
out.
switch out to the dummy, so they knew something was going to happen at least.
I knew something was up.
Yeah,
I knew something was wrong with this Cronenberg and his freaky hair. Oh my god! But no, after that, the movie kind of becomes a bit of a cat and mouse between these two.
Yeah, a spy versus spy, but it's scan versus scan. And so Paul Ruth is being the doctor, is being threatened by his company to be kicked out because they're like, we don't need a scanner program. This is all really bad, and we just need to stick our noses out of this. And somebody plays the lead of the security, but I forget who that was.
Yeah, it's all right. I don't remember.
But he does end up in the long run being in league with Daryl, and yeah, that's a long ways off though. Sorry, spoilers.
It is though. No, you're. But I mean, it's also a very ungovernment-like response to the scanners, like
because they're not. They're just like,
we don't want to.
They're just a company.
Oh, I mean, I know, yeah. I know you're right, but I'm just like, in the political sense of everything, though, you would think that they would be like, well, if somebody has them, we should have them too.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, that's just the capitalist way.
Right.
Where it's just like, if they've got it, we want it, and that way they don't have a monopoly.
It seemed a little bit unrealistic to me too, but it also did seem like because there's the whole bear versus bull, philosophies and whatever, and I could see somebody like they fired somebody and wanted somebody with a new ideology to head security, and they come in and they're like, hey, we just gotta cut this shit. I could see that happening.
Right.
And because Dr. Paul put the fear of death into them, and also money, they agree to let him try one more time with Cameron Vale, who he is teaching to control his scanner abilities.
Yeah, Stephen Lack becomes the lackey. Stephen Lack, the actor playing Cameron Vale, becomes the lackey of this company now.
Yeah.
They're kind of like, hey, there's this rebellious group of people led by this terrifying Daryl Revok character, a terrorist, if you will.
Yeah.
We want you, Cameron Vale, to go on a face-off against this man and end this threat to the company.
Yeah.
And
he's told that he's very special.
Yeah, he's a special boy.
He's also shown a video of Daryl Revok while he was being institutionalized, and he had drilled a hole in his head to relieve the voices, and but now it was a door, so he had to disguise it as an eye. So on the bandage he drew an eye. It was a very interesting scene. Very interesting.
Yeah. And it's a good symbol too. Like it really does mesh well with the overall the ability of the scanners and everything. Like it's a really cool idea.
Yeah.
Like a lot of good thoughts that Cronenberg had, and a lot of good, really good special effects. Like the body work is so nice to watch all this.
Yeah, and just like
ridiculous
Videodrome,
acting.
He kind of plays with what's real and what's not.
Yeah,
and that's fun.
And it makes for a great ending. I know we're very this is a short ass segment on scanners, but that ending, I love that ending so much. Though the final face off between Revok and Vale,
it's interesting.
And the revelation, revelation of how it ends.
I thought that was maybe the silliest part of it. If there was maybe another...
I don't like it, but I like it.
Right. If there was another half an hour of this movie, I feel like there would have been a better resolution. Like they could have done that twist and make it pay off more.
Right.
As it stands, it just kind of feels like, oh, by the way, soap opera.
Oh. Well, I mean, if you want the more flashy, like, reveal and, like, play off of it and everything, then you go to the movie Face Off with John Travolta and Nick Cage, because that's pretty much the same. But, like, I love this movie's reveal of it, because it's just, like, it's such a battle of the wits and the mind, and at the end, like, you get this great reveal, and I'm just like... Yeah.
Okay, so that's not actually the part
but his mind
that I was
superior.
talking about, and I know that we're talking in vagaries now. But that's not the part I was talking about. The part I was talking about was when Daryl Revick reveals his relationship to Cameron Vale.
Oh, yeah, that twist is a little like, yeah.
That's the soap opera bit, yeah.
Yeah, that one was definitely a bit of a stretch, and I always kind of like that one. I'm okay with like spoiling, going ahead and say that they Revox says that they're both like brothers, kind of. They're the children of this doctor,
of Paul,
and I don't remember if he like specifically says like we're his biological children. But I've always kind of like, just in my casual viewing of it, been like, they're the children in the fact that he experimented on them. Gotcha. Like, they're his scientific children.
I see.
Like, I don't know. I have no idea if that was the intention, but that's just how my brain was just like, I'm not believing that you two are brothers. Like,
yeah, I don't know. It was definitely felt like something that Daryl threw out there to throw Cameron off guard, because Cameron was there to kill him, if I recall.
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
but no, it definitely does have a bit of a spy feel, like you mentioned, like which honestly is my biggest downfall for this movie. I love the effects. I love the mind blowing scene. I love me a good Cronenberg story. Like, he has good characters, but I really just don't honestly care about the characters. I'm more interested in the world that's surrounding them.
See,
and
I kind of disagree, because like we skipped over a couple people that I wanted to talk about. One being that artist. I don't remember his name, but he was another scanner. And he, I think I found it. I think it was Dieter Taus, played by Fred Duderlian. Maybe not. I don't know.
The artist was Benjamin Pierce, the reclusive sculptor guy.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Played by Robert Silverman.
Thank you. Anyhow, I really enjoyed his art. And it's more really just like more Cronenberg creations, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
But it was fantastic. And I thought that storyline was very interesting. I was sad that they killed him off, but that's a very spy thing.
Right.
It's like, let's make this interesting character. And, oh, well, that just was another lead. And
we're done.
We're done with that person. Which gave it more of that spy film feel, and that's fine. I just thought that there were very interesting characters. Jennifer O'Neill's character, Kim Oberst, I feel like they try to make her more important, and she is important. I don't know. There's three layers of espionage going on, and she's like in the middle layer and becomes friendly with Cameron Vale. But she's another scanner, and I thought her scenes scanning were interesting too.
Yeah, it was interesting. It's just she's one of them that kind of just like like it just kind of gets lost in the woodwork of everything. Like all of everything that's going on. Like I don't care so much about the characters, more about like the ability and the world. That's just for me. Like I don't like, unlike other Cronenberg movies where I feel very invested in these characters, these main characters here I'm just like, meh, I don't care.
Yeah,
like Daryl Reebok is the most interesting one to me.
Yeah, I was just about to say,
kind of.
I'm more interested in him than I am in Cameron Vale. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I'm more interested in Dr. Paul Ruth than I am in Cameron Vale.
yeah. Cameron is like the blandest of hero-like characters. He's like a very Stephen King fire starter, like, you know, the dad there. Okay. Like it's just bland old male dad guy. You know, it's just like, yeah, fuck it. Here we go.
Just a guy.
They threw him in there. I still enjoy it though, and for that head explosion alone, it gets 3 stars. Like the head explosion in and of itself is a 4-star scene, but like the movie itself is just mildly like, it's fine, it's good, it's okay, but then the effects take it above and beyond. Like it's fun to watch for the effects.
I agree. Yeah, I in fact, I was about to say it's a 100% a full face, but this is my first time watching it, and honestly, I think I would return to it just for its effects. So I think I'm going to give it that extra bump just for the effects. It's a face and a half movie. If you've never watched it and you like horror movies, go watch it. It's kind of goofy, but it's also great.
Yeah, it's more sci-fi than horror. Also, like,
yes. It just has that if you're turned off horror.
Exactly. Yeah. Because it's like if you're turned off by Cronenberg because of the body horror aspect, this is the one that has the least amount of, you know, that Cronenberg crazy. Yeah. So, yeah. It's like if you've seen Mars Attacks, you can take this, no problem. Like, it's fine.
Is that Cronenberg?
No, that's Tim Burton, but it's got the aliens' heads exploding all the time whenever they hear sound.
Oh, that's right, but
yeah,
it's not.
They hear music and their heads just burst.
It's just
it's hilarious and adorable.
Well, we are going to take a soda pop break, and we'll be right back. Maybe maybe while we do that, we'll go trick or treating, and then we'll come back.
Yeah, we might go trick or treat and come back with The Fly.
That's right.
Ready to eat our gross ass razor blade filled candy.
Yeah, we set it out just for The Fly, the Halloween Fly. And when we notice that the bad candy is gone, we say, "God bless Jeff Goldblum."
Indeed.
And then we clap our hands.
The Fly finds a way.
Okay, we'll be right back.
I love you. George Langelan.
It's kind of funny to me that you decided to dress up as the TARDIS, because you also being from another planet as the Doctor is, it's like you dressing up as your spaceship.
Just because I'm an alien means I'm a Time Lord?
No, I didn't say that.
That seems very racist of you.
No, I'm just saying you dressing up as a TARDIS is like the Doctor dressing up as your spaceship.
Right, yeah, if he were to dress up like a UFO.
Yeah, I'm not saying that there's anything...
UAP.
A UAP, yeah. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, or that I'm judging you for it. I just thought it was funny.
Right, good.
And interesting. Good. It's an observation.
I was just saying, yeah.
That's all.
It's like if you were to dress up like a car or a transformer or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah, but if a regular human, were to dress up like the line of slime that I leave behind me like a snail.
Oh, gross. I feel like if they tried to pull that off, they just look like Cassandra from Doctor Who.
Oh, yeah, for real, yeah. Well, okay, I think we're back. And
oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, oh, yeah, sure. We're here
sure.
to talk about The Fly. The Fly.
Yeah, we're really here just for Gina Davis. That's the real thing of this October. The real fact of this October is that it's Gina Davis's month.
That's right.
You know, we have dedicated October 2023 to Gina Davis. 2023.
Several thousand years from this
Several thousand years in the future.
We dedicate it to Gina Davis. Man, that would be really interesting to see if they still celebrate Halloween.
Yeah, in 2023.
Yeah, I doubt it. That's a long way.
I really doubt humans will be a thing but around then.
Yeah, or at least not here.
We're almost at the nuclear ending to the
I know
civilization.
We talk about this as jokes, but it's just so real. And
I mean, it's just like The Fly, man. The Fly is the most real our science can get to.
This does feel like real science. Out of all of the Cronenberg movies I have seen, this is the most real science.
Well, I saw one name at the very beginning that I was like, what? I don't understand. And it said it was a Brooks Films movie. And I've seen The Fly many times, and I didn't realize that Brooks Films haven't had anything to do with it. That's Mel Brooks' company.
Oh.
Mel Brooks, he made a company basically for... I knew he worked with, or he met Mel Brooks with Eraserhead. They worked together on that, and The Elephant Man. But yeah, like, I didn't realize that Mel Brooks this was his company that made The Fly. And like, I guess he made his company, he called it Brooks Films. He didn't want his name to be a part of it because he didn't want people coming in thinking it was going to be a comedy.
Oh yeah.
And, you know, like stepping in and being like, Mel Brooks helped with make this, and be like, what in the fuck? This isn't a comedy at all. Like, oh my god.
Yeah. Like, I want a production company to make movies, not just comedy movies. I mean, I know I make comedy movies.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You hear Mel Brooks and you're just like, funny man, ha ha. It's the same thing with Jeff Goldblum. You hear Jeff Goldblum and you think, funny man. Not really, but nowadays.
I think more nowadays than then, possibly. Yeah. He's definitely a heartthrob at this point, I think.
Right. You want to hear the other names?
What?
You want to hear the other names that were up for the role?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, this is so funny to me. Mel Brooks wanted Pierce Brosnan, but Cronenberg rejected that. So then they went with John Malkovich.
Oh, interesting.
And rejected that. After John Malkovich declined, John Lithgow was offered the role, but he turned it down because it was too grotesque. Michael Keaton and Richard Dreyfuss were also considered, but then Jeff Goldblum got the job.
Okay, most of them I couldn't imagine.
Oh, I can imagine John Lithgow.
Yeah, I thought that could be interesting. Yeah,
that would be very good. I would love that.
John Lithgow and Pierce Brosnan. Like, I feel like he would have done it all right. But I don't think it would have been as good of a movie. Like, it wouldn't have held up as a classic.
Yeah. There's something, like, sociably awkward about Jeff Goldblum. Like, his performance in this that works so well that I think would have been lacking from Pierce Brosnan just because...
speech. Yeah. He's the only one who can really talk that way besides Robin Williams. And I'm sure there's others, but it's that fast talking, like his mind is moving a million parsecs a minute, and he's blowing Gina Davis's mind just because he's never talked to anybody and wants to get it all out. And
that was
what's that?
That was another thing, is Gina Davis was his real life girlfriend.
At the time, like, that's really? Why I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I think that was an issue at first. Was they're just like, well, we don't know if we should cast, real wife girlfriend with the, in this kind of a role. But I really think it helped the chemistry so well because she is so mesmerized by his his character, his way of speaking, his way of acting. he's so fascinated with what he has to talk about, and then she is just fascinated by that. Like it's really nice.
Yeah. I think it's great, and plot wise, Gina Davis is a let's see what her name actually is, Veronica Ronnie Coffey. That's not right, is it? Coffee. Quaif? You think it's Quaif? Are you sure?
Probably. I
kind of remember a coffee joke. Like, I kind of recall a coffee joke.
It could be coffee.
Of the
it could
movie.
Be.
It's spelled Quaife. I am so dyslexic.
The I is what throws me off.
Yeah.
Because quack.
I think it's coffee.
Quack, and I know, I'm just like, I'm thinking of other words with like quack and quake. So I would assume quack.
Oh boy. So she works with is it John Getz that she works with?
Oh gosh.
Or is it George?
Hold on a second. Yeah, it's Stathis. Yeah, Stathis Borans, played by John Getz.
Yeah. The picture they got on Wikipedia doesn't look like him, but she works with him anyways. But they also used to be together. This is who I'm talking about. I don't know if that's who you were talking about.
No, it's one and the same.
He didn't really seem like he fit the movie for some reason. For me,
he's like, he's the skeevy.
Yeah, he's the skeevy ex-boyfriend. Like, the second time you meet him in the movie, he's in Gina Davis's bathroom taking a shower, and he was not invited.
Yeah, it's fucking weird
to do so. And he's like, I used to live here. And she's like, but you don't anymore, you fuck.
Yeah, she's like, we do not date anymore. You do not. It is not okay for you to be naked in my presence.
Yes.
You know, he is disgusting, man. That's the worst part of this movie.
And he's there throughout.
You have, and he's kind of like the hero at the end.
Yeah.
He comes in to save the day. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the thing too. Is I hate that message because Jeff Goldblum, playing Seth Brundle, the
scientist,
quirky, a loner kind of withdrawn scientist. He's adorable. He's a good guy. He means well. He doesn't seem to really have an aggressive bone in his body. And he, all he's trying to do is he's trying to figure out teleportation.
That's right.
He wants to help, humanity in a way to learn how to, teleport. He's trying to design this machine that'll transport from here to there.
That's right.
And it's just the whole point of the movie, though, is he after many attempts of trying to get this machine to work, he finally puts himself in the machine.
But before that, it's very important to me anyways, that after having sex with Gina Davis, he realizes the secret of the flesh. And the secret of the flesh is very important to me. It's something he says after the incident that over and over again.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say. I thought you were gonna give what it was. I was just like, I don't remember what the secret of the flesh is.
He doesn't necessarily. The secret of the flesh is that, like, he had to basically teach the computer what a living organism is. Like,
you just wanted to mention that he had a sex scene with Gina Davis.
I didn't. I wanted to say that Gina Davis helped him learn the secret of the flesh, which is important because after he does the teleportation himself, which seems successful, he tries to get Gina Davis to go into the machine as well because he feels better. He feels more energized.
He becomes obsessed with it.
Yes. Yeah. And there comes this religious aspect to the way he treats the teleporter. And he tries to get Gina Davis to do it, and she's like, no, I don't want to do it. And he's like, fine, I would have found the secret of the flesh without you, or something like that. and it's just great to me that verbiage, because when he really goes off on it, it sounds just like religious hysteria, and it's great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It is a good moment, yeah. And that is the thing, is like she becomes basically trapped. Ronnie becomes trapped between these two men. One who is being like disgusting and trying to control and manipulative, and Stathis Borans, and John Getz's character. He's just a disgusting, egocentrical male. And then you have that, this religious nut job who's trying to force his, you got to go through the machine too. You got to experience what I'm experiencing. And so she's trapped between both of these people. And it just sucks that happened to Seth, because before his DNA basically got infected with, spoilers in the title, a fly that flew into the machine with him. Before that happened, he really was just a seemingly good guy.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's just everything changed. And he becomes paranoid. Yeah. That they started having a relationship, and then he starts getting very worried that she's drifting away from him while he is experiencing the best moments of his life.
And he starts to mutate more and more each day into Brundlefly.
Gross.
And that's where the Cronenberg comes in.
And Brundlefly. I love Brundlefly.
Yeah, Brundlefly. And Jeff Goldblum is just so good at playing the deterioration of this character, which turns, it changes. Like, at some point, he starts to get stronger again. And he's another thing, too, he is at this point gone through the transporter several times. So if he was able to undo the process, he probably has gone too far.
Yeah, he's probably made it worse now.
Yes.
And that's another problem, is his machine worked. Mm-hmm. It's just, it needed a few more, adjustments. It needed to be able to figure out, two different sets of DNA if something else happened to corrupt the space of transportation.
That's right.
He was close to success. He almost had it.
He was. And in the end...
Then he started barfing on his food.
He started barfing on his food, but that's because he couldn't digest it, Greg. Yeah, it's disgusting.
I had literally... I knew what I was walking into. I knew exactly what I was going to expect. And I still made popcorn for this movie. And I did eat it during that scene.
I did.
I did. It was almost a challenge, but I was like, I'm doing this. I've gone too far now.
Well, I think we actually talked this movie. There's not that much plot wise to talk about. What is your closing statement?
My closing statement is I fucking love it. It's beautiful. The character work here is so much better than Scanners, where I feel so much for Seth. I feel so much for Ronnie. I have so much hatred for Stathis.
Yeah.
There's other characters as well. As we've already mentioned, David Cronenberg's a gynecologist. It's fabulous.
He helps Gina Davis
the story.
Larva.
Oh my god, it's disturbing, man.
Yeah.
But I love it. I love Gina's reactions to everything.
Yeah.
She does a great job, and it's very realistic, where it's you would feel if you're starting this new relationship where, normally when you're starting a new relationship, you're blind. You have your blinders on. You're getting rid of all these red flags because you're in early love. You love it, and you kind of see those moments with her and Jeff Goldblum in this, where she, it's as he starts to mutate and go worse, she's still willing to look past a lot of it.
Yeah.
And it's just what is wrong? From us, the viewer, it's what is wrong with you? But when you think about it, you're just oh, it's so sad. It's so beautiful. but it's not perfect. 3.5 stars.
That's fair. That's fair. I do give it another face and a half. This is a great movie, and I do love it, and it is disgusting. And there's few movies that I can say all of those things together. So yeah, it's a great movie. You should check it out. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. And for my vote, The Fly would win this spotlight. I think that Cronenberg, this is like the quintessential Cronenberg movie to get all of his skill as a director and special effects savant. Yeah. I agree with you. Fly wins. But Scanners was very cool, and I would gladly watch that again. It was great. Yeah. First time I watched Scanners, I was blown away. But then I guess this might have just been the second time I've watched it. I was just like, I was a little lost in the characters because I was just like, I just do not care about Cameron Vale. Like that main guy, he's such a bore. Like, at first, I was interested in him, like before he talked too much. Before he started becoming like a hero character. Yeah. And I'm just like, I liked him more when he was troubled, but he very, very quickly becomes this savior character. Yeah. Mary Sue. Sure. Well, thanks for joining us on the couch, everybody. Happy Halloween to you and yours. Yeah. It's the best time of the year. It's only downhill from here. As in, it's going to get cold. Sorry. At least in our hemisphere. Yeah. It's already cold. It's already cold. Today's been the coldest it has been. My nipples are so fucking hard. That's good. I'm the Green Traveler from Gorge. And I am the Faceless Leon. Safe travels and good night. Green and Faceless on the Couch is a proud production of FictionWorks 19. Are you a fan of the show? Feel free to contact us at greenandfacelessfans@gmail.com or visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/greenandfaceless. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, or rate us on Apple Podcasts. Thank you so much for listening.